responsible. We just figure we buy, you buy the metal from, you buy the iron from the steel company, and you buy the cotton from the broker, and those are your choices. So I think it is easier. I don't know if it's easier, but I think it is better for a company to start out right, to have those values right in place, to give 1% for the planet from the beginning. You don't notice it if your business is $100,000 and you're giving 1,000. Then when you become $5 million, it doesn't matter that you're giving that much. But if all of a sudden you build a $10 million company and you just said, okay, now we're going to be good guys, that's a lot harder than if you say, okay, these values are going to inform our decisions from the beginning.
And I agree with you 100%. And I also think that the big challenge for new businesses starting out now is they really do want to try to do everything, but that's also impossible. And they will have to prioritize. Yeah. They just won't have the financial wherewithal. Yeah. I remember, because we used to fund socially conscious women-owned businesses, and I remember some of them calling, one person in particular calling and saying, we really wanted to have 100% US made product. And now we find we have to, in order to keep our costs down, we're being advised to source a particular component in Taiwan. What should we do? And I said, you know what, maybe look at that supplier in Taiwan. Maybe they're a really great supplier, but you might have to make these kind of compromises, not sacrifice. And really be clear on which values are most important to you at the given time. And, you can work up the ladder over time.
Yeah. And that does become, because people trust you for coming through on what you say. I worked with a company that actually made this shirt. It's organic cotton dress shirts, and they really wanted to do U.S. manufacturing. And it was so hard. Paying what Patagonia would pay sample prices for. So you have to be a little careful about, and you have to be willing to say, okay, we really wanted to do this, but we couldn't. And I think that transparency actually helps you with your customer and with your other stakeholders. When you say, listen, this is what we ran into. The interesting thing about, say, 1% for the planet is great. Like, people have come to us and say, oh, your business was down 35% for the spring. Are you still giving to environmental causes? And yeah, we're giving 1%, Good years or bad, that's a commitment that we can honor, that we don't have to vary from. So.
And you were there at the beginning. I think Patagonia was the founder or a co-founder of 1% for the planet, right? Yeah,
we were co-founders, but we'd already been doing that as a company for 13 years. So it was the idea was to propagate that among other.
Which again, you have very effectively.